after the operation, after you've slept and you've let go of your preferences and your own ideas of trying to help God find a wife for you, you're not supposed to go looking everywhere a man goes. I hate men whom everywhere they go. I will never marry a man like that. A man who has such wandering eyes. Every woman, hey, because you're thinking this could be her. Really? Even a woman who always thinks every man. Right? Anyways, so sleep. Get rid of your preferences in your head and let God heal you, stitch you up like he closed up Adam. Where you need healing. This thing of men don't need to be healed and men are strong, men don't cry. Yeah, be a man, be strong. Brush it off. Yeah. Come back, boy, boy. Here's a drink, boy. Drink it down, bro. Here's a girl, go sleep with her, bruh. You'll be fine. You're a man. It's not true. It is this thing that has broken our men. Oh, is this why we are suffering like this? Oh, is this why they can't commit? Oh, because they have so much pain in their hearts that they are not giving to God to heal. They are not giving to God to heal. So they still feel like more women, more pleasure. It's a let me drink more. Let me have sex more. And I'm sure you feel bad for a second, ne? Just a second. And when it's all done, you feel guilty because it's not who you are. It's not who you are. But because you refuse to admit that you are hurting and you are bleeding and this operation hasn't healed yet. Because before he's closed up, he can't wake up and see Eve. Now you have poor women all over the world praying and waiting for Boaz. Hey, women are in trouble. All because a man is refusing to get stitched back up so that he can recognize the wife. There are a lot of ready women who have been waiting to be found, who God has been working on for you to recognize them. But you can't see them because you are still looking with your unrested eyes, with your flesh. You are still looking for the things that get you hurt in the first place. You're still looking for the pleasures of the temporary pleasures, instead of saying, Lord, heal me of any wrong information that I was fed in my childhood and by anything I was exposed to that is not in line with your will. Heal me from past rejection. Men and women get rejected alike, but men don't get to heal from rejection. They ask a girl out, she says no, they are moving on to ask the next one. They don't sit down and feel the pain of, oh, she said no. Oh my God. And acknowledge that I really, really liked her. You see her being married to someone else. Whatever. It's a lie. Whatever way. Cry if you must cry. Tell God it hurts. It hurts that the ones I want never want me. I tell God this. And I get my healing. I mourn relationships that didn't exist, that never happened, because I really wanted them to work and it doesn't work out, and you're just like, Lord, why is it? Heal me. It hurts. I really wanted it to work, but it didn't. Heal me. But men will be moving on to the next one, meeting new girls, chatting. And it's always nice meeting new girls, ne? It's nice, ne? The rush, that first, and then after a few days, it just dies off, ne? I know. Stop delaying yourself. Allow yourself to be healed. And then, when you are healed, because God can't heal you if you're saying you're fine. God is not forceful. God does not force anyone. Like the prodigal son, if you decide you want to take all your crap and you want to take your inheritance and you want to go do you, and God, I'll see you later, or whatever, I'm doing me, I'm going to do this my way, and you go do it your way, whichever way that is, whether you sleep with prostitutes, whether you change girls at church and you think people don't know, or you date girls who are not at church because then it's easy to keep it out, but you're sleeping with them, but at church we think you are fine. Then you are meeting them however, wherever, or you're addicted to other things and you're not being honest about your addictions. And you're just like, Jesus, haha, I'm good, me. Yeah, I'm fine. Pain, which pain? People ask you, how are you doing? I'm fine. I'm okay. God asks you, how are you doing, my son? Maybe when you have a moment and before the lockdown. No, now all of you are being dealt with. The word for this season is men. God is speaking with the men more than the women. The women are just continuing with what they've been doing because we've been waiting. But the men, this lockdown is for the men of this generation. And I really, really pray any man who gets to watch this video, please, please, please allow God to work on you, because there is greatness that needs to be unlocked when we move into the new era that is coming ahead. Men, listen to God. Let God heal you. Be vulnerable. If you cry just for this lockdown to end and you come out the same way you went into this lockdown, your life will be miserable forever. But if you allow God to heal you and drop secrets about your life and your destiny, honestly speaking, this is the start of the best days of your lives. And us as women, if God has said that Mang will be your husband, but Mang keeps doing their own thing, and Kuti is here crying and saying, Lord, the time you promised is approaching. It is not happening. What's happening? God will replace you. And I don't mind. God can replace any person who is trying to delay my progress. And I speak it to all the sisters, because sometimes we delay ourselves. If Adam decides, no, I'm going to wake up in the middle of this operation and start asking God, why is this taking so long? Why does this hurt so much? It will hurt. It's an operation. And after you are stitched, it doesn't end just like that. You still need to take medication. You must meditate every day. You still need to clean the wound. When it's cloudy, it will still have pains. Be honest with God about where you are. Be honest with God about where you are. Be honest with God. He wants us as we are. He wants us as we are. But we go and choose to play a facade. We use the same facade we use on people with God. And God is not a child. And he's just like, no, this guy is not ready. He's going to hurt my child. And my child is too precious to be hurt by a broken man who is refusing to take the necessary steps. Because if you can't be honest with God, you're going to lie to me. You're going to cheat on me, because that's cheating on God. If you have a relationship with God and you decide, I'm going to lie to him and act like I'm fine, continue like nothing happened. If you can cheat on him, if you cannot let him love you and heal you, how are you going to love me and heal me? Because you must make me better. You mustn't break me. You mustn't do what other people did that I didn't like. You mustn't hurt me like they did. So if you're going to come into my life with your wounds and decide to bleed all over me and hurt me in the process, God will not allow that. God will not allow that. And that's why you have women sitting, waiting for years, because someone is just choosing to be disobedient and do their own thing. And when the process starts, you give in a bit and you're like, okay, Lord, let's. But then when it gets tough, you decide to go back to your own ways of dealing with things. So it's you get 20% and then you go back 80%. Go back. That is time. That is time. That is time. Precious time. Commit to the process of healing. Men need to heal. Y'all are bruised. Your fathers bruised you by the words they spoke to you. Women bruised you by the things they said to you and the things they did to you. How is it that you always love the ones that don't love you? Women feel the same way about men too. But y'all get bruised and you stay there. Women are ready to love again. I'm ready. I'm ready to love again. If I'm loved right, I'm ready. But men, are you ready? Kingdom men, are you ready to love again? Are you ready to really, really be a kingdom husband? Or you're still stuck on, I'm going to focus on everything else besides these relationship things. It's not for me. I've tried it. I can't even pray for it. Now my husband must be praying for me. I can't be here praying for a husband who's not going to pray for me. You're going to pray for me when I arrive. By then, maybe there are things that it's too late. Because you must be praying that wherever my wife is, she must be strong. She must be strong. She must not be derailed. She must not be confused. She mustn't marry the wrong man. You must worry about me before I even get there. Don't start worrying about me when I'm there. But you can't even worry about me because you're still worried. You're still carrying your exes. You're still carrying the people who broke your heart. You're still carrying the people whom you think could be, should be, whom God is like, no. But you can't see Eve. You can't see Eve because you haven't rested in God. You're not trusting God. You can't see Eve. To you, Eve is just another. You won't go bone of my bone. You're just like, hey, there's bones, but don't know if it's of my bones. Why am I so fun? Anyways, but guys, the men, I am speaking to the men. Please, please, it's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay. It's okay to say you are not okay. Maybe not even to a person. Say it to your father. Tell your father, take the wheels. Operate me. Heal me completely. And you will see your sight will become better. Even your own, you will trust the voice inside better when it is not conflicted with your past pain and your past experiences and your feelings of inadequacy and whatever. We need to get to a point where we accept ourselves and love ourselves, male and female alike. If you don't love yourself, you will never think you deserve good things. A good woman to you will be like, hey, she's great, but for someone else, why can't it be you? Because you are not there. You're not whole. You're not rested. So when opportunities come and you meet a great woman, you're just like, hey, she's great, but hey, let me pack it there. I'm still continuing with these things of mine. Hey, I'm still busy. By the time you wake up, guys, the aim of this episode was about sex. S-E-X. S-E-X, okay? And I said a mouthful. My aim of this was, do not worry about sizes. In a male context, do not worry about the size of this man's penis as a woman. Do not worry about the size of his shoe size or whatever, his height and everything else. God will sort you out. As a man, do not worry about the size of this woman's behind, forward, length, whatever, complexion. God is the best perfect matchmaker. He really is. And if you're asking, how will God matchmake us? The how is up to God. God orchestrates us to meet people in different ways. And again, I've said, some of you probably have met your people. Some of you probably will meet them. Leave the house to God. The same way we entered 2020, not knowing that right now we'll be in this lockdown. We didn't know that. When it happens to you, or when you meet your spouse, or when your spouse eventually gets revealed and your eyes open, you will just be like, I don't know how, but all of a sudden, I started seeing him and her like this. All of a sudden, I bumped into her and this and this and this. The rest is history. God is so sovereign that he will help us meet the people we're meant to meet. And there will be something that happens in us that will tune in and not miss that. No, 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 no. This girl is different. No, 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 no. This guy is different. No, 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 no. And you will have question marks. Could this be my husband? Could this be my husband? You don't go like that with every guy. Unless you are me. I'm joking, but you will have question marks. Could this be my husband? Could this be my husband? Could this be my husband? Could this be my wife? Could this be my wife? Could this be my wife? Is there someone watching this thinking, could this be? Guys, I'm tired. This is signs that I'm tired. But trust God with your spouse completely. 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 Trust that He can orchestrate for you to meet them. Trust that He can give you the best of the best. Like, what you think you deserve is nothing compared to how this marriages God wants to give us will be. Like, it will be amazing, amazing, amazing. Things that people will be like, I never knew marriage could be this good. Because he needs those examples. We've had too many bad examples of marriages. Now people don't want to get married. Now people think marriage is a contract business. What partnership where we come in with assets. Guys, no. That's not God's idea for marriage. And God needs to re-establish His truth in this world. And this pandemic is part of it. After this, things will change. Things will change, even in marriages. Because God's perfect idea needs to come to life. He can't come back when things are like this. Yeah, people are making a mess of marriages. People are making a mess of raising children. He can't come back yet, because when He comes back, we are not ready. We are not ready. He will not find a ready church, a ready bride, glowing and ready for Him to take us. So He must change things up. And part of it is with us single people who are in Him, in the kingdom, and trusting God for godly spouses. He will come forth for us. But everyone needs to do their part. Women, do your part. Be prepared. Be prepared. Are you a prepared bride? Are you a prepared Esther? Will the king see you and see the queen? Even though maybe you don't look like the previous queen that had to be dethroned for you to now be enthroned. Even because Esther was not like the other queen. Apparently, when you do studies, she wasn't the most physically up there. She wasn't like a... She walks in and the men go, no. Like most women, me included, I'm not there with... No, guys, I'm not. It's fine. It's fine. But if you are an Esther and you have that anointing, be prepared. Get prepared. Get prepared. Men, be a king. Be a king. Be a king. A king lives and speaks and does things a certain way. A king bows to the King of Kings so that he can learn kingship, to be able to rule and have authority. You can't know how to have authority when you are not under the highest authority. When you can't relate with the King of Kings, you don't know how to be a king. And then you will want someone's daughter to come be submissive to you, but there is nothing to be submissive to in your life. Like, no vision, no direction, confusion. But I must come and say, Bob, never. It won't happen. It's not gonna happen. Women easily submit to a man who leads. And we're not saying being macho. Being a leader is not being macho here, coming and saying, yo, did someone ask for a king to come in here? No, we're not saying being macho. Your personality is just fine as you are. If you're quiet, you are just fine as you are. It's not about what your personality. It's about your authority, your leadership. Do things get done? In your own personal capacity, are things being done? Do you put your mind to something and do it? That's what we mean by leadership. Women, wow, we are very ambitious. Yay! As for me, very ambitious. You want to be touching everything, doing everything. We need someone to be like, My dear Magic, calm down, calm down. One thing at a time. So we need to do step 1. After step 1, tick, then we do step 2. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right, babe. You have led. You have led. Your wife is happy. Your wife after that, oh, baby, oh, you're so sweet. She's making you your favorite meal. Because now she's relaxed. Because you have led her. This women our age, this new generation, we have so much energy. We have dreams. Hey, but as in a vision, we have never been the ones to have vision. To have vision. And without vision, we perish. That is why you can find a woman doing so much and be feeling miserable. She doesn't have vision. And the vision is provided by a king whom she must go under. We need that. And that's why you can find a woman with a lot of money going and dating a man with nothing. And you ask yourself, what happened? She is being led. We just need leadership. Please. And you can't lead when you are broken, or when you are questioning yourself, or when your identity is not tuned. You can't lead. You can't. So this lockdown, men, get vision from God. Get vision. Work on your leadership skills. Look at where have I dropped the ball as a man. As a man. Your manhood is not determined by the size of your penis, as these women out there also who don't have God in their lives are insinuating. Because also women are a problem if they are not in God. Any person is a problem when they are not in God. Because now we are making it as if what you were born with is it. Now there are men who are endowed and blessed, but personality, character, 0. You just feel like, yeah, I've got muscles. You walk in the room. You will get women to sleep with. You'll probably get some who will want to be married to you. But whether they are the women who will lead you to destiny, we don't know. We don't know. For a man, it's easy to say he will choose a wife. Especially a man who's not in God. But it's hard for men who are in God to just pick and choose. And that's why, stop pressurizing people. Stop pressurizing us. I speak for all single men and all single women who are of marriageable age. Stop pressurizing us, because you have no idea how hard it is when you are in God to choose a spouse. For a man and a woman alike. Because it's not just your thoughts. You must really be cognizant of, what is God saying? What is God saying? What is God saying? And sometimes what you see around you and what God is saying is not the same. And you really need to get to a point where you trust, that you trust. Yes, sometimes we do get afraid and end up not acting. I get it. So, which is why we need to move with the time, and we really need to move with God. Because the day he says move, you can't also be like, how will I start? How will I start it? How will I start it? Or the day he now says, the friend you friend zoned 3 times or 4 times or 5 years ago or 5, she's the one. You can now say, hey, how will I start it? I'm not gonna do it. Never. That's your pride. Or a woman, a man who embarrassed you in the past, God brings and says, actually, my daughter, he was just going through something. He hadn't healed. I have healed him now. It is him. Like, never. I saw it. I will never. Any man who makes me cry, it's not easy, this walk with God, guys. So, I'm going to wrap this up in 2 seconds. Trust God with everything. Trust him also with the fact that whatever he will give you will be sufficient for you. You guys will learn each other. Your sex life will be great because you will respect each other, and God will be in your union. He will teach you guys how to be the best of friends, how to communicate. But all these things, focus on them before you get married. Focus on all the compatibility things, the friendship, ironing out what your family differences are, your cultures, what culture clashes can come into your relationship and cause a shift or some form of problems, your in-laws, Both parents, will there be problems? Are there any generational diseases or some form of bloodline somethings or things of miscarriages, and you guys men struggling to conceive, or maybe one aunt had a child late or whatever? It is not just about you looking at your two parents. No, you look at the whole lineage, your and back to your grandparents, and you start praying. Kingdom men and women, you are not just revealed that you are marrying someone and you just chill and say, oh my gosh, I cannot wait for my wedding day. No, you pray as a couple already, because you are preparing yourselves for marriage, in the courtship or in the engagement, because this is how it's gonna happen for some people. Some people are not even gonna date for a long time. When it is time, y'all are just gonna get engaged and get married, because maybe it's someone whom you already know, or it will happen over a short period of time, because that's the season that God is doing in this time. So 2020, anyone who is still trusting God for a husband or a spouse and it is their time, it will still happen this year. Do not look at the pandemic. I don't know if I'm being prophetic right now, but don't look at the pandemic. Just focus on tuning in to what God is saying to you. Stop focusing on the attraction and the sex. You will be attracted to the person God says is yours, because everything about their character will be everything you will need. You probably don't know that you need it right now, but if God says this person is the best person for you, He sees in the future. Right now, you're probably seeing a personality and saying, this personality doesn't. You don't know who you will become, or where God is taking you, where that personality of the person you are thinking it's not going to work out will actually aid you in. So trust God with everything. Trust God that everything your spouse will come in is packaged perfectly for you. It might cause you to be disappointed in some things that you had already created in your head that your spouse will be like, but trust Him that He is faithful and He knows best. Also, work on getting your relationship with God first, right? Seek ye first the kingdom of God, and all these other things will be added unto you. If you seek Him, you will find Him, because He is ready to be found. And guys, lastly, the wait is possible. The wait is possible. The wait is possible. Waiting is possible. Waiting is possible. Waiting is possible. And you will have great sex when the time is right. That is the hope you hold on to. You hold on to, one day, I will have as much sex as I want with my partner. And God has considered everything. He has considered your age. When He prepared a time, in His own time, He will make it happen. So when He considered time, because time to God and us is not the same. Whether you are 30, whether you are 40, whether you are 50, whether you're 25, if it is time, it will happen. You just need to trust Him that He is part also of your decision making. Because the problem comes when we do all the deciding and then say, FYI, God. And then God is just like. But also, guys, remember, even when God has showed you that someone is the one, and you are sure that you are sure, you still need to work for that marriage to work. It's not chill, babes. Chill. Ooh, God has said it's the one. No. You guys must work. You guys must communicate. You guys must work on your friendship. You guys must be vulnerable with each other. You guys must pray the things you want to see into your marriage. You must pray. Prepare for your marriage before you enter the marriage. Preparing for your marriage is not preparing for the wedding day only. Prepare. Where are we going to stay? How are we going to handle our finance? Are we going to sign in community or out of community? These are things you engage in your dating or courtship period before you get engaged. And when you're engaged, you start detailing everything. You detail everything, and then you get married, and then you start living out the plan. It's not I woke up, we're married. So babe, after the wedding day, what exactly are we planning to do? Like, how many kids do you want? No, this is before preparation. How many kids do you want? Yes, it might change, but do you have an idea? Do you even want kids? Do you even want kids? Or now you want to have this conversation and someone says, actually, I don't want kids. And then now it's a whole... Those are key things. Sex is the least of it. Sex is the least of it. And that's why generations after generations, marriages has been sustained with people not being sexually active before they got married. But it is us, this new generation, that we think that the sex before marriage thing applied only in the Old Testament and it's not relevant anymore. And yet we use the same Bible and say it never changes. And God's word will not return to Him void, and it will accomplish all that He has sent it to do. But when it comes to that one area, because we want to do it, we say it is outdated. So with everything else, you believe that God will provide for you. You trust God with your career, you trust God with everything else, but with a spouse and relationship things, it's in your hands because you're the modern person now. You do things differently, you have online dating, you can do this, you can do that. Where is God in it? It's the same God who spoke it. God is not surprised by any of these things. He's not surprised by the fact that we are more technologically advanced. He's not shocked by any of it, but his word still prevails even in this. And again, it's a simple, do you want to obey? Do you want to not? And all of this was triggered by a post on an Instagram page, on someone else's Instagram page. And I was so grateful that there are young people all over the world who are being honest and saying the things that need to be said. Because I remember when I was still a teenager, the reason I decided to even wait before I decided I wanted to wait until I am married, because I was in a church where they taught purity every freaking Sunday. My gosh, it was drilled in me, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna only have sex with my husband. And I wanted to be married at 23. Lost my virginity at 23 because I was like, there's no husband coming, so why wait? And all of my friends who had accountability partners at the time all lost their virginities, and they were like, bruh, we're out of this, we're not doing this anymore, whatever. And around me, the church I was going to was more of a grace church where it's grace, mercy, God has grace. So I stopped hearing the purity at a higher volume, and I started hearing grace, and also hearing my friends whom are great Christians saying, we have done it. And I'm like, what am I waiting for? The husband also hadn't arrived. So I started being active. And the reason why I am where I am now again is because I am surrounded by people who are my church. My pastor preaches purity. Live the right way all over again. And that is what tapped and kicked in the younger me, the real me, to go back to say, girl, this thing of thinking that love needs to be signaled and stamped by sex, or you being interested by someone needs to be stamped. Where are all those people whom I was interested in? I'm not married to them. So if I meet other 10 people whom I'm interested in and we never get married, so I must sleep with 10 other people. No, guys. So also the volume of things you hear around you. Be around things that motivate you and encourage you on your walk. Instagram, there's a lot of pages on Instagram that will motivate daily. Every time I scroll on my page on Instagram, I read there's single and ready and single and waiting, things about Christ and wife. So many pages. Sarita, who will be giving prayers online to women to pray for your spouses. You need groups of people who are on the same journey as you, who will understand. As I read the comments there, I realize I'm not the only one. Because it's very easy to think, Kuti, you are delusional. In which world are girls waiting? There are many. We are many. In the US, in Europe, in South Africa, in Nigeria, in Congo. Hey! Internationally, there are women waiting. Also, there are men waiting. My sisters, do not be fooled. There are men who are waiting, who are doing things the right way. They are there. There are pages of black men. There are many pages which I follow, which encourage me to know, Kuti, don't be lied to. There are good-looking men who have good-looking relationships with their father. Do not be told you are dreaming, or this thing you are asking for is too much. It's not too much. Because if God can call one woman to say, wait on me, he can call a respective man and say, wait on me. And at the right time, both of you will meet. Or if that right person of yours at the time you meet is still busy, God will deal with that person himself without you being involved. That one, I can assure you, God can work on a person himself without you saying, Kuti, I would like you to please acknowledge that you need to start doing the wait, because personally, as a man, I am waiting on God, and if you and I are ever to be anything, you need to wait. So I pray that you start waiting if you want this to work. No man or woman should be involved in such conversations. Now you're trying to convince a leopard it must be a cat. No. If the leopard is meant to be yours, and it comes as a leopard. It's true. Won't he do it? You will see that leopard, God deal with it his own way. One day the cat will come and say, yeah. And you're like, yeah. Oh, we speak the same language now. Yeah. What happened? So, bruh. So like, God, that's it. My point is, don't try convince someone to be what you think they should be, or think, no, how Christian does someone needs to be? They just need to believe in Jesus, right? So that we're not unequally yoked. But the rest, we can work on it. If you are on the believing of the weight and you want to be with someone who's not sure if they want to wait or not, or they're sure they don't want to wait, you will have problems. They need to have their own personal conviction. The two of you then can walk the journey without having to fight other fights. It must be okay for you to sleep or go visit someone who gets it. But I can't date a man and have a man who doesn't believe it come sleep over here. Even them, they won't handle it, because I will be disciplined and say, no, nothing is happening. But if they will not, it will mess up with their heads. It will mess up with their heads. But a man who knows, nothing will happen. Don't tempt yourself. Obviously, you must know yourself and have boundaries. If one of you feels, even though we have decided, we are waiting, but this is too much for me, then don't do it. Everything is about communication. Some couples kiss while waiting and not having sex because both of them can handle it. But if one says, yo, for me, just a hug triggers me, you gotta stop hugging. Stop leading each other on. And yeah, you guys just need to set boundaries that work for you. And if I don't cut this video, I won't stop. I'm really passionate about this because I really, really believe it. Because God really, really did a work in me. I wasn't always like this, guys. And I don't want anyone feeling like I'm judging you or making it sound like it's easier said than done. No, it's a journey, it's a process. And first of all, God has to be the center. And you have to understand why. You have to have the knowledge of why. Why wait? What are the benefits of waiting? They are there. What are the benefits of waiting? What are the benefits of figuring out what you want as an individual without being clouded by sex? Especially if you know or you are not certain who this person is in your life. Is this short term? Is it long term? Don't use sex to try get clarity. Ish, I don't know why this just get dropped out. Now, don't use sex as a clarity basis, like, oh, I'm so confused. There's like 3 women who are confusing me. Both of them could be the one. They have similar characteristics. Ish. Yeah, I'm gonna have sex with both of them and see which one I enjoy the sex most with. That is not kingdom. So yeah, guys. Wow, how long is this video? I don't even want to know. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you were blessed. I hope something in this long video spoke to you. And at the core, let us love ourselves. Let us accept ourselves the way we are, because the spouse God has for you will love you just as you are. If you are tall, if you're whatever, whatever, he will find you the most attractive woman. And the same applies to men. This woman will just find you irresistible and you'll just be like, I didn't even bath though. Yeah, you're so pretty. And you're like, oh, thank you. And then you start talking about how skinny you are. What are you talking about? You're perfect. You're the right size. Because we all have insecurities. But if we have the kind of insecurities that can have us choose wrong because we are not secure in ourselves, that's a problem. Work on your confidence. Work on your confidence. It's also tiring loving someone who doesn't love themselves, because every day we must be convincing you how lovable you are. It's tiring. It's tiring. Believe that you are lovable. Believe that you deserve someone who loves you and loves God and prays to God to get guidance on how to love you the best way. Believe that. Believe it. And you will be led. God will lead us to the right people. We will not get it wrong. We will not. He will not let us get it wrong. That is my greatest prayer. Do not let anyone who is honoring you get it wrong. We can't. Lord, you won't put us to shame. He can't put us to shame. He will not put us to shame. Oh no, he won't. I can't sing. But thank you guys. Have a good one. Bye.